I know how that goes. You go out there for a half hour and you stay 3.
Yeah, it's funny. I already forgot talking to you about it. That's something. What was you in the studio doing tonight, Bob?
I'm doing my show for tomorrow night.
Oh, that's right. It is Friday night, isn't it?
Yeah, I do those, and then I send them up to WTWW in Nashville.
I'll be right back, guys. I've got to take care of something for the wife. WA5
Hey, okay, hurry back. I enjoyed your thing on Ham Nation the other night, Bob, where you put the resistor on the muffin fan and slowed it down. That was pretty slick.
Yeah, I like do some little simple things. Did you see the one where I showed them how to wrap a microphone cable?
No, because that must be a later show. I haven't seen any more since then.
Yeah, it's kind of at the end. It was kind of strange. George did a little piece on how to take care of cables, but there's an easier way to do it and to explain it. But and I came in at the end, and there's a secret, and the secret is your right hand. And you got to give it a little twist, and it'll fall right back in place the way it came off of the spool when it was hot. Because, oh boy, when we were doing all the shows, I had 30-some people working. I used to bitch and gripe when they'd elbow wrap them because they would tear the shield loose inside. You wouldn't know it till you went to hook it up the next time. Damn thing didn't work. And so I would make them go through what they called the Bob Heil School wrapping a microphone cable or any other kind of cable, extension cables, anything. And I fired a guy one time because of that. We were setting up for a Who show, and that son of a gun wrapped that cable wrong, and then he pulled it out of the trunk and hooked it up to Pete's microphone. You do not have a dead microphone for Pete Townsend, let me tell you. It was embarrassing, but there's a way to do it. You'll see it on the end. It's kind of cool.
Oh, Roger. I'll look for it.
Yep, a lot of people do not know that. They just wrap it any way they want, and boy, the wire's going every which way inside the jacket.
I bet I already know how, but I'll be interested to see. That's the one thing I'm deaf on around here as well is how to wrap a wire or cable properly.
KC9VKV.
With ya.
Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor.
Go ahead.
Hi, good morning, guys. Just a coffee in the mail. This is Jim up around Louisville. I heard about wrapping the cables up, and I always used just grab the ends and pull both ends up, and then find the middle and go that way, and then take the whole thing and do a knot in the middle, and it seemed to work.
Yep, but it's tearing the hell out of the cable. The wrap set up pretty, but the wires inside are getting destroyed.
Roger, Roger. Well, they're twisted already, as a low impedance cable, I would think, wouldn't it?
Now, why hot? When it's made, they put it on a spool, and it's hot. And And when it does that, it forms a memory. And you must be able to find that memory when you wind it back up. And if you don't do that, you will destroy the cable after a while of winding it wrong. And there's a right way to do it, trust me.
Roger, Roger. Now, are you wrapping up on reels or what?
No, just by hand. When we were doing a lot of shows on the road, I actually had a reel, like a hose reel we made, and reel it up. That's the real way to do it. But no, just you hold the cable. You take the plug end in your left hand, then you come down about 3 feet with your right hand, and when you start to bring it up to the left hand, you twist it about a half a turn, and you can just watch that cable fall right into a circle. Take your left hand, pull down again, and just give it a little twist, and it'll just fold right back up the way it came off the spool when it was made.
Roger, Roger. Now, when you finish, do you have what does it look like as far as a bundle of cable? Is it in a circle or what?
Oh, yeah, it's in a perfect circle.
And how big is this circle? Like a couple of feet or 1 foot or something like that?
It can be whatever you want. You just follow it. Usually it's about a foot.
Roger that. I used to do quite a few remotes, and I don't know, everybody's got their thing, but I always used WD-40 on the connections prior to the remote, and I never had any bad connections.
Just pretty greasy.
Yeah, it is that. It is that. But I've always figured that was a trade-off for not having connection problems.
What episode is that, Bob?
I think it was last week, and it's kind of at the end.
Okay, that doesn't help me too much, because I don't know what episodes they are.
With your description, Bob, that's exactly the way I wind cables. I don't care whether it's an extension cord or what.
Yeah, because all wire is made like that. They all go on a spool, and they're hot when they're put on there, and then they cool down, and they've got a memory. And if you destroy that memory, I don't care what it is, in time, that cable will destroy itself, or you have destroyed it. But especially in audio cables where you have a shield and 2 conductors inside the shield. Oh my God, it's like, whoa. And in time, you'll find a cable that's not working, and you don't know where, but it's broken in there somewhere because you've twisted it. Or these elbow wrappers, I could just take them out and beat them up, like, come on.
Put some cable in undue stress.
Absolutely.
Oh, I hear you.
Bob, do you have a preference on lengths?
Do what?
Do you have a preference on length size of the cable, 50 foot or 100 or so?
No,
You can.
WB-14.
K9EID. We make our own microphone cable, though, because most of the stuff out there is crap. It's dual 18 gauge, not 26 or something, and it's a 100% silver shield. It's not the wraparound kind. It's the old Chinese finger. Works great, and Hypalon, very flexible outside. Works wonderful.
Roger, is it a copper cover or a copper color or aluminum?
No, it's all silver.
Roger, Roger.
Look it up on my website along with everything else, HEIL-Sound.com.
That's what I'm using on right here on this microphone, Bob.
Good stuff, isn't it?
Sure. It spoiled me.
Yeah. Well, one thing that's nice about it, it solders real well, too. Hey, I just looked at the clock. I got to go in and help Sarah. She takes pills at 1 o'clock. I got to help her. I'll catch you guys tomorrow night. Yes, I will. And talk to you then. This is K9EID.
I look forward to that. Okay, Bob. Say hello. Good night.
Catch you later, Bob. 3 KC9VKV.
Yep. See you Wednesday, I guess, if not tomorrow night, too. WB4OJ.
You had a contact in there, Ed. Did you hear him?
Try it again, old man. You ain't hearing me.
Ain't there no more. Fellow was hollering contact. Go ahead. He tried 2 or 3 times, but the conversation didn't permit his entry, so I guess he gave up.
I wasn't paying attention. It's my fault. Okay, the other gentleman, what's the name?
Jim, Juliet India Mike over down around Louisville.
Yeah, okay, Jim, where'd you say you were located?
Around Louisville. Louisville.
Yeah, you said Louisville. Yeah, I'm from Kentucky myself, but I'm not there anymore. I'm in Waterloo, Illinois, just outside of St. Louis.
Roger that. Well, you gotta say it just Louisville. Otherwise they'll tar and feather you.
Yeah, a lot of people say Louisville and all kinds of other things, but it's Louisville as far as we're concerned, huh?
Absolutely. I think Muhammad Ali did a lot for the pronunciation because he always said Louisville.
Yeah, you can't move your jaw when you say it.
No, and Elvis helped a lot too.
Oh, I used to have an announcer on Wave TV up there that said it perfectly. I wished I could have mimicked that, but there's no way.
Well, gentlemen, it's almost 1 o'clock, and it's way past my bedtime. I'm going to pull the plug and hit the hay. So good night, Ed. Good night, Larry. Good night, Mark. Good night, Jim. Whoever else might be there. 73s. See you tomorrow. KC9VKV.
Alrighty, Bob. See you tomorrow night.
Roger, Roger, Bob. 3 is have a good night, sir.
73, Bob. Yeah, I knew that other microphone, Larry, would be bassy. I guess it was, and it's the way I've got the equalizer on this thing. It's the one you even could hear it to get this microphone sound right.
That sounds good now.
Yeah, I'm on the SM6.
Well, you guys got all those pan adapter visual for assistance in setting your EQs, I guess, huh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm running a Flex 6500.
That's pretty accurate for your own transmission, that close?
Yeah, you can actually do better than that. You can actually transmit right back into the receiver on this thing. Of course, it's extremely low power, but it looks good on the screen, and you can actually see what it's doing on your own radio.
Yeah, roger that. I'm running a YAESU 990, and we do quite a bit of Qso-Vlog recording, and I was taking the audio out of the speaker into the mixer, and I noticed after a period of time that even the residual band noise seemed real mid-rangey, like about 6 or 7 dB hot in the 1K to 2K range, and so I did start using now the line out, and a kind of a judicious notch filtering to give it a very flat EQ out now.
Okay.
And it's amazing, you know, when you got that hump, mid-range hump in general in the audio spectrum, then so just the band noise is 7 dB hotter or so than what it should be.
Well, here's how I'm copying you.
In general in the audio spectrum, then so just the band noise is 7 dB hotter or so.
So how was that?
Very good, very good.
That's the neat thing about the Flexus. But Mark, are you still there? Where'd he go, Larry?
Oh,
Well, Jim, we normally meet on 160, but Mark's down in Texas, and being from Texas, you know, everything's bigger, but he's got a weaker signal than most, so we get up here so we can hear him.
Oh, roger that. Well, I wondered because I hadn't caught you guys before, you know, and so you were on 160 meters?
160, normally we start there every night, but once in a while we have to come up here because, well, he's got storms in the area too. He couldn't hear us very well, and when you got static crashes at 30 and 40 over, it's kind of hard to hear.
Roger. Now, you guys single sideband on 160?
Of course.
I would have thought you guys would be AM.
Yeah. Well, now I do operate AM because a friend of mine kind of got me into it, but unfortunately he passed a little over a year ago now, and I still get on AM, but it's on 3885, and not every day, but I get in there and make a noise once in a while.
Roger, roger. The thing I noticed about AM, I've been in broadcasting for 50 years, retired. I was production director for HAS from 1970 to 79. But, you know, AM transmitters have this unique capability of quieting the channel, or quieting their frequency, usually when you're copying them, you know. And obviously single sideband doesn't have that carrier to suppress the noise. But because of the efficiency, sideband is, you know, so much louder for the noise ratio, you know. But AM, ham AM, you know, they're usually running maybe 350 rest, modulating to 1400. And but still, there's no carrier, not enough carrier to keep it nice and suppressed between the words.
Okay, did you say you work for WHAS?
Roger, roger. Hey, radio.
Oh, the radio station. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, we were production director for from 1970 to 79.
Well, let's see. I lived in Kentucky at that time in Elizabethtown.
Ah, well, E-Town's a nice little place there. I've been through there quite a bit on my way to Nashville, but yeah, it's I enjoy that area.
Yep, I was born just about, maybe that's not even a quarter mile, I guess, from the courthouse. We had a farm. Well, anyway, the city kind of grew around us, and Dad sold it, and we moved to Hodgenville, bought a farm there, and I lived out there for a few years, and then his health got bad because he was working in town for a automotive dealer, and he was a foreman for the body repair and the lead paint and that kind of stuff. Well, it kind of screwed his lungs up, and anyway, and other things, I guess. Doctor told him he needed to quit, so he sold the farm, quit, and bought a Western auto store And about 3 years later, Carter Company came into existence, which is known today as Ace Hardware. So, I said Ace Hardware, True Value store, not Ace Hardware, I'm sorry, True Value. So now, of course, my dad's been gone a few years now, but anyway, the store is still in existence and doing quite well in Radcliffe.
Roger. Now that truly is amazing to survive Walmart.
Oh yeah. Well, not only that, GW Grant, remember those chains? They came into town and didn't bother too much, and then Kmart came into town, and that didn't. Well, of course, Grant's went out; they went bankrupt. Kmart, well, I think they went out too for a while. I don't know. They probably got another one back in town now, but they got a real super Walmart there now, but the store still survives.
Roger that. I think the secret to that is speciality. You know, our Ace Hardware store in New Albany are specializing in screws and nuts, bolts, and screws and nails. I mean, you know, really unbelievable selection, Roger.
Yeah, well, again, it's True Value, and he'd had a Western Auto store, and then he got the True Value store, and now both stores are True Value, but they're hardware stores. They got anything and everything you can think of you need for a house, home, car, whatever you need. So and they had a shop. We had a shop that we worked on cars and lawnmowers and all kinds of stuff back there. So it's I guess that's what kept it going. I don't know. It's no longer in the family at all. My mother sold the building. Oh, I guess, let's see, this is 18. I guess she sold the building in about 2009. And so no longer have any ties to it at all.
Oh, roger that. Roger that. Yeah, E-Town was my first conquest when I was getting into 2 meters. And I started building Yagi antennas, and so E-Town was my first major accomplishment. You know, I hit E-Town. I was in tall clover there, Roger.
Oh yeah, that was Bill Greeby, W4 bacon, eggs, and jelly.
Roger, there's 2 of them down there. It's been a while since I've worked them, so I used to know them inside out, but one of them is a lot hotter back to Louisville than Louisville than the other one.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what the frequency was. It wasn't 3494. I know that wasn't, because they had one in Louisville. But I swear, isn't that something? Well, I've been away from there for 18 years, and I haven't used a 2 meter rig probably in 20. So through a repeater anyway. So what was it? 3898. That's it. 3898.
146 980 is the best one for me. The other one is 145 350.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. The 98 is the one that's on top of the water tower, and right there at Pear Orchard Road. Well, anyway, yep, been up on the tower, put antennas on it. But Bill Greeby's passed. He's the guy that started it all, and so anyway, we're leaving Larry out, Jim. So go ahead, Larry.
I'm ready to tell you guys 73s. I got a bail, and the wife took in for the night. So you guys have a go, and catch you tomorrow night. WXRSW.
All righty, well, take care of that lady. She's a keeper. See you, Larry. Good talking with you. WB4O Joe.
3's Larry. Have a good night, sir. KC9VKV. Yeah, I've been building the 7-element Yagis now for quite a few years on an 8-foot boom, and uses a real special driven element. It's a half-wave, half-folded dipole, and you can your transmission line can directly couple to that. You don't need a transformer or anything. You can use 75 ohms or 50 ohms or whatever, it doesn't care. I use a lot of RG6U just because up in UHF antennas, I build the same thing for UHF, and that RG6U has real good UHF capabilities.
Yeah, well, folded dipoles, aren't they higher impedance than 75?
Well, no, because this is a half-wave, half-folded dipole, and then this guy has designed these, the spacing of the driven element between the reflector and the first director. He has managed to match the impedance that way.
Interesting. Well,
it's about 15 to 20% more efficient than gamma matches.
yeah, and what's the name of that antenna?
The driven element is half-wave, half-folded dipole.
I heard you say that, but what's the name of it?
Oh, there's no name. It's just a Yagi antenna design, you know. Kent Britton is the designer of it.
Oh, okay. Is he a ham?
Yeah, I'm not sure what his call sign is, but he did quite a bit of work for third world countries in designing antennas that they could build because of their lack of ability to go down to the hardware store and get a bunch of stuff. These are on wood 1.5 by 1 inch by 8 foot long, and you know, in third world countries they use coat hangers for elements.
Well, it's out of work. Boy. Well, here it is, 1 o'clock, and it's already 12, or 2 o'clock at your area, so you're a night owl, huh?
Roger, right. Well, I was have been having a little campaign to work California between midnight and 3 a.m. For some reason, I can hit California with a 9 over or so between midnight and 3, but their return to me is towards the noise level. So, you know, I guess we're using two different paths. My path to them is different than their path to me. Otherwise, their signals at a kilowatt would be the same as mine to them with a kilowatt. So I wind up using the Half Moon Bay San Francisco SDR for receiver return.
Oh, there's a real neat one out in Idaho, I think it is. I think it's Idaho. Well, anyway, if you haven't looked at that guy's antenna he's got up, man, is it busy. And it's really a super-duper antenna. I go to it and listen to, actually, the world. It's really something else. Well, listen, Jim, I'm going to jump out of here and hit the bed. I got things to do in the morning. Even though I've been retired for 18 and a half years, I got something going on in the morning. And say 73s to you, and interesting talking to you. So, good evening, or good morning, I guess. WB40JM. WA5, easy. Are you still there, Mark?
I just came back today. I got to go slam my finger in the car door, and I'll talk to you tomorrow night. WA5ENG clear.
Did you do something stupid?
Yeah, I'll tell you about it later.
Okay. See ya. Good night, and see you tomorrow night. See you, Jim. WB40Jim.
Roger, Roger. Come back with the call sign phonetically one time so I have a good copy.
Sure, not a problem. It's W, B as in boy, 4, Ocean, John, Mary. Old junk man.
Roger, Roger. Thank you, sir, very much. You have a real good evening, and it's been a pleasure on this end.
73s.
3Z away. It's KC9VKV.